Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally put out there with the normal riding content. I'm here with...
Yoju Untamed, aka Loz.
Yep. So I wanted to bring her on this on the channel and into this video because she has some insight that not many of us would have when it comes to what can happen or what the aftermath is when riding. This isn't to scare anyone, but this is to maybe encourage people to wear more gear. I mean, you're going to take over anyway, and you're going to have your own opinion on it. But yeah, if you can maybe just give us some insight into like what you've seen on the daily, pretty much when it comes to riding.
So just a bit of background. I am a registered nurse and worked in emergency departments for 15 years before moving on to being a paramedic. So yeah, I see a lot of what happens on the road, and then I've also got a lot of experience of what happens after the fact. I had worked in a trauma centre as well on top of that, so that's primarily where all your motorbike accidents are going to go.
Yeah, and what is the one thing that is probably most underrated when it comes to rider gear? If you can think of any.
Well,
because the answer might be nothing.
Yeah, I think most people wear helmets because obviously like helmets are the number one thing. But I think the most underrated is probably gloves. Like people are really bad at wearing their gloves and they don't realize that even just the smallest impact, that your bike's fine, everything else is fine, but your hand has gotten stuck behind your clutch or your brake or even your mirror or the car's mirror and your hand's just wrecked. Like you need a plastic surgeon to fix your hands. Like they're really intricate. They've got a lot of little nerve fibers and a lot of soft tissue that's in there. And a lot of little bones that are just so easy to break, and you use your hands all day, every day, and it takes a long time for them to heal.
Do you think gloves are effective at stopping that from happening though?
Yeah, if you're wearing the right gloves, absolutely.
Because in my head, I always, and I'm going to voice sort of both opinions here, like, I'll play devil's advocate, and it's like, do gloves really provide that much more?
Yeah, so experience? As you know, I'll sometimes go down to if I'm just running down to the shops on a really hot day, I'll just throw my vest on. So I have all my arms exposed, which is not ideal, but I'll still have my gloves on because I've got carbon fiber knuckle protectors and all sorts of things on my hands.
What about, I know that you've mentioned feet, like shoes, boots, just wearing boots.
Yeah, so that old school ad, prepare for the slide, not the ride ad, where the person's wearing Converse shoes.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's in slow-mo? In
slow-mo. So pretty much I have a theory. Every accident that I ever go to, there's always one shoe gone. And it's every time. And now even when I watch movies and there's a car accident in a movie, if there's not one shoe off in the distance, I don't believe the scene. So your shoes...
That's very accurate to have shoes fly off.
You can have your feet protected. Obviously in your minor accidents and things like that, any shoe that's covering your skin is going to be all right. Your ankles are obviously very vulnerable in those positions. But if you're actually going to be falling off and sliding anywhere or anything like that happens, or your foot gets stuck between two vehicles, which has happened to you, which is very common because cars will...
Out of roundabout.
They'll squish into you kind of thing.
Your
foot's the thing that's going to get stuck and your ankle's the thing that's going to get stuck. When you have proper boots on, that's really good at making sure that compression doesn't happen and just, yeah.
Is there... What is one of the things that people aren't aware that happens often?
I think most people are most worried about your catastrophic injuries or breaks, but they don't realise what a skin graft is, how easy it is, or how small a wound has to be to require a skin graft, and how long that healing process takes. So you can fall off your bike, just go for a little slide, and you've just scraped, just around a little part of your thigh. Sorry, not good at microphones. Little part of your thigh. And that alone can just have you in and out of hospital for a year easily. You might have to have skin removed from a different part of your body to be put back on. And then you've got two big open wounds. And that's a really, really long healing process, much longer than any broken bone.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I would have never, and that's the thing, we don't necessarily consider these things. You get to see all of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to just cover up. I don't want to make this all about you must wear gear, and if you don't wear gear, you're an idiot. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like just talking to you, I've been riding pretty much my whole life. I feel like I'm unaware of that. I've been unaware that, a skin graft can take a year. Maybe I'm an idiot, right? Cool. I might be an idiot, but other people watching this might also be idiots.
Yeah.
You may not know what's going on. Like you may not know, and I say idiots as a joke, obviously, but it's like I'm unaware. It is what it is. I didn't think a skin graft would take a year to heal and that you can get infections. And then like, I'm just not thinking of that.
It's so common for people to get infections in the wound site, and then you just the bugs that get in there, they become resistant to antibiotics, and then it's just a real struggle to get that wound to heal and to heal well. And that has more effects to your day-to-day life than you realize. Like you can't shower without having to wrap your leg up in Glad Wrap. You can't go and train at the gym. Like everything is affected by you needing something like that.
That is true. That is true. I think that's pretty much everything covered. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
I notice in winter, everyone's really happy to wear gear. And as we head into summer, everyone likes to have their muscles as their accessories. If you're going to take photos and things, that's great. Dress how you want for the photo, but dress in your gear on the way to the photo shoot, and then just do whatever you want after that. And I think that's really common. As soon as the weather heats up, people stop wearing gear.
Well, you're in like I said, Loz is in a different position where she has to deal with the aftermath, whereas I don't ever, unless I just hear a story what happened. But yeah, I've obviously gone through like now, as it gets warmer, I'm going into wearing my mesh armor with my like Untamed t-shirt on top, just because I don't necessarily like how the mesh armor looks. But moving in towards like the hotter periods, I mean, wearing pants can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and I mean, we all do it. I do it. If I'm going down to the shops, I will always have something to protect my spine. I'm funny about my spine.
Yeah, and this video is not to sort of, again, judge people who don't wear it.
Do this, do that. It's not about that. It's so you're making an educated decision on what's happening. So,
I'm telling you now, if the only takeaway in this video so far is that, skin grafts can take a long time to heal. Yeah. That's wild.
There's probably another thing
that is number one for me.
Yeah, that I should mention. Something as little as your pelvis being broken or both of your legs being broken, you can bleed to death through those areas of your body.
There's no solution to that really when it comes to like pelvic injuries and stuff.
Yeah, pelvis is really hard to protect, but your legs aren't. You can get coccyx protection, hip protection and things like that.
I know women's armor, I've noticed, has hip protection. I haven't seen many men's.
I bought my ones specifically because they did, but they were only a level 1.
I mean,
AA. Like I did the abrasion protection, but the side hip armor, I did have to specifically choose that, but I'm not sure.
I feel like if you can choose that type of armor, then do it.
Yeah.
As long as it still fits your desire, like the way you look or the way the armor looks.
I think now,
because I know we put the way we look.
But it's 2025 and there's so many brands and stuff online now that have armor like geared. What am I trying to say?
Well, there's like more casual, more casual wearing, more casual looking.
Or you can just do like what I do personally. I have like they're like tights with the AA abrasion protection and then the little hip protectors that are only level 1 for hip and knees. It didn't come with the coccyx protection. And then I just put my pants on over the top. So you can kind of have both. Yeah.
And ultimately it just comes down to, I think I mentioned it just quickly, but it's like, I understand the way we look when we ride and how comfortable we are is extremely important to us. I do get that.
Well, comfort is a big thing. If you buy stuff that's not comfortable, you're not going to be inclined to wear it. You're not going to want to wear it because it's a pain.
So just our recommendation is be aware that the being covered up is a big deal, especially leading into the hotter season. Actually, I remember you saying this. One of the big things is people wearing, you can jump in and correct me if I'm wrong, but people wearing, say, singlets, right? And then they're in an accident, nothing crazy, but they're on the ground and then they're like on burning hot pavement.
I was about to
because they're not covered up, they're actually cooking on the road.
I just thought of that as well. I was thinking about that yesterday. If everyone in Australia knows what it's like to walk onto the road and not realise how hot the road was, and then we're all tippy-toeing. Imagine kind of being stuck on the ground, not able to move very well because you might be stuck under your bike, something might be injured, you can't get off the road. your skin's cooking, like you're burning.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
That's such a big deal. Like
Yeah.
I would have never thought about this.
Yeah.
These are just not things. First of all, crashing is not like something I'm going to think about every time I ride.
Well, you can't, otherwise you'll
over
die.
the biggest oversight is being
just
covered
the little
up.
things. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
cooking on the
honestly little
road,
things.
letting your skin burn.
Something as easy as the mesh armor there. Once the wind goes through that, I'm not too hot at all. But that would protect me so much more if I was just to have a little fall and for whatever reason couldn't get off the floor for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's
that's going to protect my skin.
It's the day and easy armor, and it's like all held together through mesh and some other materials.
Yeah.
But they're really, really cool, man. They got shoulder, elbow, spine, no chest on the female one, but has all vented, like it's all vented. So that's super cool. Guys, just consider doing that. I think, this video's been like 10 minutes. We'll just leave it at that. Hopefully this video helps you guys with anything. If you have questions, just leave them in the comments. I might even get, like if you want Loz to respond to it, then leave the comment, just ask her a question about whatever. And we'll try to get back to you on that, okay? Thanks for your insight, yeah?
Yeah.